I've been living through laser hell, and this is a video that I wish I had seen before I purchased this laser. This is a PS48 from Full Spectrum, and I was definitely between a rock and a hard place when I bought this. We were in the middle of a huge commission of these salt cellars. We're actually in the middle of one of those right now, so we can show you some footage of that. And my laser that I had at the time completely died. So that was a Boss 1630. So a 16-inch by 30-inch, 105-watt laser, and I couldn't get it fixed, so I needed to buy a new laser. And this is the only one that I could get on short notice. I needed to get it into the shop as fast as possible so that I could get back to cutting this job. So I reached out to Full Spectrum, and they said that they would be able to ship this out to me the day after I paid for it. So I went ahead and paid for this machine. It's a 150-watt, 36 by 48 machine. And it was about $17,000. And sort of the whole debacle begins then. It took, I want to say, about 10 days to ship. So they didn't really hold good to their promise there. They took a lot of time to get it out to me. And I did receive it. You know, that was April 22nd, 2024. Today's actually the 23rd of 2025. So I've had it for a year and 1 day. And it ran really well the last time we did these boxes. So we did 500 of the boxes 6 months ago, and it cut great. I had some issues with mirrors and stuff, but I figured those out. Those were sort of my problems, problems on my end that I was able to fix by figuring out what was going on. But this time around, we had a big issue with the laser. So a couple weeks ago, we were shooting a video, and we were in the middle of cutting this job. So we turned the laser off, we turned the water chiller off. So CO2 lasers use a water chiller to chill the laser tube. So the CO2 laser, it's actually a laser beam that is produced within this CO2-filled glass tube. And the water chiller keeps it cool while it's firing. It uses a lot of power. This is 150 watts, and it gets hot. So after we shot the video, we turned everything back on, but we forgot to turn the chiller on. Now, the problem is that this laser is not supposed to fire when the chiller is not on. Little did we know, it wasn't on, it ran, and we had a file that didn't cut completely. So did a little looking, trying to figure out what happened, and noticed that the chiller was off. So the machine allowed the laser tube to fire without the chiller being on. So it was an interlock failure is what it's called. So I immediately reached out to Full Spectrum, and they said, yeah, that's not supposed to happen. Well, I should say, I noticed that the tube was cracked. It was full of water. So I emailed Full Spectrum. I said, yeah, I don't know what happened. The tube cracked, and I'm not sure what to do. So they emailed me back. In the meantime is when we figured out the chiller wasn't on. So they said, yeah, that's weird. What was going on? I took the liberty of creating a link for you to purchase a new tube. So anyway, I figured this out. I'm replying to the email. I clicked the link. $6,200 for this new tube. Remember, the laser cost about $17,000. So about a third of the cost, a little bit more. So I replied to the email. I said, turns out that the chiller wasn't on. We had an interlock failure. And, we continue to sort of go back and forth. And basically, they tell me that there's no way that should happen. The only way it would happen is if you tampered with the machine, which I didn't. And they offered two solutions. So the solutions are I can crate up this laser. You can see it's pretty big. It's probably 6 feet wide, 5 feet deep, and 4 feet tall. It's big. Crate it up, send it out to them in Las Vegas, Nevada from New Jersey, and they could take a look at it and see what happened. So that's off the table. We're in the middle of a job that we need to finish, and the cost of shipping this across the country would be very high. So that's off the table. Option B is to replace the tube with their laser tube. So it's a 150 watt, or they market it as a 150 watt. Turns out it's actually a 130 watt for $6,200. And if I decide not to do that, my warranty will be completely void. So had the machine at that point for a few weeks, less than a year, and have a bad tube, and they want me to replace it for $6,200. And I wasn't happy about that, so I replied, looking for some sort of resolution here, some sort of customer service. on their end to sort of help me out here, because I have a machine that's less than a year old with a broken tube because the machine itself had a failure. To me, that's something that should fall under a warranty. And they didn't offer any other solutions. Basically, they said, yeah, so if you replace it with a third-party tube, you're going to void your warranty. So I should also say they told me that the machine is coming up on a year, and really the tubes only last a year anyway, which isn't true. These tubes are all rated for 10,000 hours, and I believe 10,000 hours, if you're running your machine 24 hours a day, is 400 days and change. So this runs nowhere near that amount, well under 10,000 hours, likely under, say, 4,000 hours. So basically, in my eyes, extortion. Either pay $6,200 or void your warranty. So I wasn't going to pay $6,200, so I went the third-party route, and I can show you what I put in here, and I can tell you what I spent. It's not $6,200 or anywhere near $6,200. So here's where we house the laser tube. What I put in here is a $700 Vivor laser tube. I got it shipped to me in about 3 days. Took me, let's say, an hour start to finish to remove the damaged tube, replace it with this new tube, and the machine is good as new. So that's my big gripe with Full Spectrum. I think that the customer service is very much lacking. I've had better customer service with Boss, whom I sort of ended my laser ownership on bad terms. So Full Spectrum was even worse. And on top of it, this machine uses a proprietary controller and software. So this uses something called Retina Engrave. It's Full Spectrum's own software, and they sort of tout it as this really great, well thought out software. But in my experience, it is the real Achilles heel of this machine. So to get it changed out, I could have this machine switched over to a Ruida controller that runs Lightburn, which is what every other laser company uses, Lightburn. If you've run a laser, even a small diode laser, you're familiar with Lightburn. You're talking about almost $3,000 to switch it over. So something that I've considered, but they tout this Retina Engrave to be this really powerful program, really well thought out. But in reality, it's nothing but issues. I know several people who have these machines who've now switched over to other manufacturers because of the software. Things as simple as changing a file name and doubling the amount of time it takes to run the file. So definitely wouldn't recommend Retina Engrave 3 if you can find a used machine that has a Ruida controller put in aftermarket. That would be good, because the machine itself I'm very happy with. It's robust. You see we have nice thick metal doors. Everything is well built. It's powerful. It runs well. But definitely if you're in the market for a laser, I would approach Full Spectrum with a lot of hesitation, just because of this proprietary software, which is network-based only. So if you're away from your laser, you can't work on your files. You need to be within Wi-Fi connection of your machine. And just the customer service, or lack thereof. A year after purchasing a machine, we have an interlock failure, and their only solution is to A, ship the machine to Las Vegas, or B, replace it with a laser tube that's extremely marked up. If I'm able to buy an equivalent tube for $700, they're probably paying $300-400 for that tube. So in my eyes, that's just extortion. So hopefully this is a little bit of a warning if you're in the market. I wish I had seen a video like this before I bought this laser. Let us know what you think. Have you had the same experience, or what laser would you recommend? Let us know in the comments. We'll talk to you next week.